speaking of good news, we're going to continue along those lines. Our first guests are fighting a battle many of us may be unaware of. It's called congenital heart defects, and it affects 1 in 100 little babies.
That's right. Please welcome Ellen Boyer and Caroline Bryan from the Brett Boyer Foundation. Ellen, I heard you describe Brett saying that she was going to be different in every perfect way possible. Tell us Brett's story and what CHD is.
So before Brett was born, we found out that she would have a congenital heart defect and that she would have Down syndrome. And our family, all of us, were completely uneducated about both. And so I was most fearful about what would Down syndrome mean to our family, how would it change our family dynamic. And we were completely fearful of the wrong diagnosis. Down syndrome has been the light of our life and one of my most favorite things about her. And congenital heart disease is more prevalent than we even knew. It's 1 in 100 babies, like we said, and how underfunded research was. That was one thing we were saying earlier. We were in ICU feeling like we were the only people in the world that this is happening to, but all of the beds are full. And when we lost her 6 years ago today, we decided that it would be our mission to help spread that awareness, that our main mission is for everybody to know we did not lose her to Down syndrome. We want to celebrate that diagnosis every day, every opportunity that we get, and we want to support families and fund research for better outcomes for CHD.
Oh, I love that. I love that you know, I'm so sorry, first of all. I'm so sorry for your loss. I know today's a big day, but I love that you are spreading this message that Brett, you know, was obviously here to spread and making the difference between the Down syndrome and the CHD. Now, Caroline, you know, most people know you, Instagram, you're always doing fun pranks with your husband, you know, and obviously everybody has their ups and downs in life, but this hit very close to home.
It does.
And how is the foundation helping the community, and how are you taking part? What was it like for you and Luke to be a part of this too?
Well, you know, our side of the family, we've had some tragedies that we've gone through, but then when this happened to my sister-in-law and my brother, you know, watching them, like I would try to go to the hospital every day to see, they were in the hospital for over 100 days. And like she said, every bed was full, and every parent just had this stunned, shocked look, like they just don't know how to process what they've just been told, because our family was shocked. Brett was supposed to have what they called the easiest or the best how to fix for CHD, and her little body just didn't tolerate it. So nobody knew how to truly handle it. So watching my sweet brother and this wonderful human, who's my sister-in-law, go through this, it breaks everybody's heart. And then suddenly when Brett's just taken, we didn't know how to process, and I couldn't help them. And so I was heartbroken because I couldn't help them. But then when, I guess, everything, the shock wore off, Ellen, you know, we talked about starting a foundation because she and my brother really wanted to never let a family, first of all, ever have to go through what they went through, and then how to help them if they are in that situation. And they're truly changing. I mean, this is her world, and so she's changing the entire world of CHD, and we're all so proud.
Well, we all have felt like grief is just love that you don't know what to do with, and we do have a place to put it. And so it's just been, I mean, the honor of my life and our family to help fund this research that's so severely underfunded. But to make a difference right now, we're helping support staff to try to prevent burnout, try to help bill pay while they're in the hospital, a bunch of different ways that while they're inpatient, but ultimately the research that's going to make a real difference in the outcome, that's the goal.
Because absolutely, I can't imagine what it's like as a parent kind of feeling like you're in the dark on something that you have no idea about, but clearly you're not alone. There is a community out there of parents, of aunts and uncles, grandparents. You've done a lot for your sister and Luke's family as well. I can just feel the love, and just thank you so much for being here and showing up today on such a powerful day for you in your life.
Absolutely.
What would you say to those parents out there who maybe are just receiving that diagnosis?
I pray that they have hope and that they know that they're not alone, and that they know that there is a huge group of people that are fighting for awareness and in their corner.
I love that.
Amen.
And I just want to remind everybody that this foundation not only helps the long-term goal of funding a research and an answer, but also the short-term needs of everybody in the hospital, from the staff working 24/7 to the families. So there's just so much that everybody can help out with, and really, really appreciate both of you being here. And I just have to quickly say, one thing that you wrote that just I loved was, Brett having Down syndrome was my favorite thing about her. Beautiful. Love it. Well, for more information, please head to the BrettBoyerFoundation.org or Bright for Brett on Instagram.